Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I wanted to explain about Amazon automation and I'll explain what to automate and what not to automate too early. So without further delay, let's get into the video. So the prefix is what Amazon automation really means. It means automation is not about removing yourself from your business. It's about removing the repetitive decisions. So every time you do a repetitive task, it needs to be automated rather than getting the strategy out from the business. The next one is tools do not fix broken system. Automation should increase control, not chaos. If you automate a lot of things, it will create a lot of chaos unless you have clarity on your systems first. So these tools should do not fix broken system. It should amplify the working system. Why most automation fails? Let me explain the reason behind it. Why most of the automations fail? So sellers automate understand their systems. They just randomly start automating the things rather than first understanding their business. The next one is tools are added without clear rules. So they just think that if they have bought subscription of a specific tool, now that tool will do the things for you and it will run the business. Actually, that's not the case. It's totally the opposite. Automation amplifies existing problems. So if you have an existing problem in your business, it will amplify it. So it will not fix it. So this is why most automation also fails. And the result is expensive chaos. So there will be an expensive chaos. So we need to fix those systems first. We need to fix our system first. We need to understand our advertisement, and then we need to add automation for the repetitive task and automate few of the things. Now, what to automate first? So there are three things that I wanted to give you guys an idea of what comes to automation and what needs to automate first. So the first one is the visibility. So we need to automate reporting and dashboards because if we have those automation, it's a time-taking process and it's a repetitive task. We do it rather on daily basis or on weekly or monthly basis or quarterly and yearly. So these things needs to be automated so it can save you couple of hours. The next one is to have set alerts for key matrices. So as soon those matrices reach to a certain rules, and if that rules amplify, then it can give you alerts. So we or Amazon sellers are aware of it. Next one is reduce manual checking. So it should reduce all of those manual checking and it should give you alerts, and you and the Amazon seller should be aware of his business, and it will create a calm decision making. So you don't have to go and chase every problem. It will come to you and you will now fix it ahead of a time. Now the next one is the PPC. We need to automate it, but it has to be gradually. It needs to have slowly, and we need to do it step by step. So the first one is automate spend limits. So we don't want to get out of budget. We need to have a control on our spend, and it should come the first priority. We can use the rule-based productions and prevent downside before chasing growth. So we need to protect ourselves uh, from an ambiguous growth. We need to protect ourselves from all of those things. So automation should help us in protection first, and then we should go. So automation should protect us first. Like it's like the limit we are applying. A limit on the spend. So it's basically a prevention method rather than for a growth. And once we are preventive, now we have to grow and apply those rules. Now, also we need to automate the inventory signal. This is the most important one, and we need to have a reorder alerts. We need to automate those things, and it's one of the important ones. Next one is the monitor stock coverage. So we should be aware of our sell through and aware of all of those stocks in and out, so we can plan ahead of the inventory. If we don't have any inventory, then we cannot scale. Identify risk early, so it can give us alerts and we can identify all of those risks early. Automation work best as an early warning system. So it can give us the warnings and we can plan ahead of it. So it's basically should have a inventory signal alerts which will amplify our work, and we will be have to decide rather than let the automation do the decision. It will have or it will create a chaos. Next one is what not to automate early. So a lot of sellers make a mistake and they go straight into automation, which bring chaos. It's happened to me personally, and it's like uh, sellers mostly they automate the strategy and direction. So it is one of the a big problem which we need to avoid it. We do not want to automate the strategy and direction too early. Rather than we have a full control of those strategy and we understand that this strategy to work for you, then it's the time to automate it rather than doing it too early. We do not need to automate the new launches. We need to understand the launches first, create a systems for it, and then let the automation do its job. Then aggressive scaling decisions. So we don't have to let the automation take the decisions of going aggressive because they don't understand it and we understand our business much better. So we need to take this decision power into our hands and prevent ourselves from chaos. As I mentioned, it has to be preventive first rather than going into the growth phase. And anything a seller cannot clearly explain, we cannot automate that. It will create a much huge problem for the business. So we need to avoid it at every cost. Now, the right order of automation. So, what should be the right order? The first one is clarity. We need to understand the business first. We need to understand the advertisement, and we have a clarity on the product. We have margins on the product, and we are profitable. Now, the repetitive task that should be automated. So, we need to have a clarity first. Then we need to have a systems as a second. We have a clarity, then we have a system, and now we have a rules. So we'll decide on what rules to automate. We'll plan those rules, and now the last one comes the tools. Now, if when once we decide that we have rules, and now it will be the time to implement those rules and any of the tools which helps the automation. So this is the four right orders of automation. We need to follow these rules eventually, and it will help us prevent from the chaos and we can have a sustainable growth. Now, my final thoughts on this is automation should support good thinking. If we have a good thinking and Amazon sellers are good when it comes to decision making and their strategies is working for them, now it will be the right time to automate those things. But still, the decision power should be with the Amazon sellers rather than giving those power to the tools, and it does not replace it. So we don't have to replace the sellers and do automation do its job and we sit relaxed. It will create a problem for us. We need to be on top of but it will save. We should think of it as a saving hours. It can help us saving couple of hours of a day so we can automate those stuff. The next one is build control first. So we need to have a control on our product first, on our advertisement first, and then we can come to the automation. And the automation come in the second. So we need to build, we need to have a clarity, we need to have a system, and we need to have a rules. We need to decide on rules. The Amazon operators or Amazon sellers need to have a rules let's say on advertisement rules, and based on those rules, now is the time that we need to integrate all those rules into a tool. So yeah, this is it from this video. I hope you guys have learned a lot. Meanwhile, if you have any question in this video or any comments on delivering my video, then feel free to drop in the comment sections. I'll read them all and try to answer all of those. And if you are looking for more such videos, for more decision level and high level thinking videos, then you are at the right place. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it. And I'll see you in the next video. This is Kavish Ali. See you again.